A lone half-orc battle mage travels through the lands of Dragon Down, trying to earn fame, trying to earn glory.
Oh, and killing stuff because it's a lot of fun. Hey everybody, welcome off the shelf. Game Reviews. This is a YouTube channel dedicated to our tabletop gaming hobby, and this video has been part of a video series looking at Dragons Down. This is the third video in a gameplay series where I'm actually just showing you what the game looks like when it's played. In the first video I cover is days 1 through 5, setup and all the other stuff to show you exactly how to get started and get rolling in the game. Second video was days 6 through 15 where I kind of sped up the gameplay where you can see how the game starts playing faster when you know how to do things. In this video, we're going to cover is days 16 through 30, or turns 16 through 30, where things are going to start moving a heck of a lot faster. Now, I want to keep things a little bit simpler, but since we're going to start heading towards the town, I'm going to go ahead and show you these cards right now. Now, these cards are the cards that are associated with every single specific location where the natives hang out. For example, if you have the keep, you have the Knights of the Bannerets, and if you have the village, you have the Villagers of Dragons Down. Now, every one of these cards is double-sided. There's a one side and a two side, and they basically have different extra things we can do to go ahead and gain legend points. I almost said life points. Legend points, and they happen to give us way to give victory points. Now you're going to see on these cards that there's going to be these little squares, and it's a first come first serve basis. So when you claim one of those rewards, you're going to put a pink cube on it to signify that nobody else can claim that reward. In a single player game, not a big deal, but in a multiplayer game, it can definitely be a very big deal. Now again, these cards are double-sided, and the different sides have different requirements and different rewards. For example, for the Knights on side number 2, you have to have 40 gold coins, and you pay those 40 gold coins, and then you also have to have killed monsters that have a total fame value higher than 30. So we see that I've killed a 14 and a 12. I'm actually at 28, which is actually not enough on that side too. I'm actually playing with side 1, which says pay 40 golds and kill 2 monsters that each individually have a fame value higher than 10. So a 14 and a 12, so they both would actually clarify or qualify for that. And then the Villagers Down, I'm doing side 1 for them too. It's basically 40 gold and must have killed all the bandits. I haven't even located the bandits, so I'm not even going to worry about that. Every one of the different locations has a different card that's set aside for them, and they're different reward for them. And some of these cards are going to have a larger square. If it's a larger square, that means they're open for everybody, but on these smaller squares, it's definitely a first come, first serve. So now that we're getting closer to a town, I'm going to lay these cards out just like that so you can see them like that, so you can see them, because these are going to be part of our goals and part of our quests and part of our missions, because we're going to start heading towards the keep as we start day number 16 of the lone half-orc warrior battle mage who has no name. Kind of thinking he's like a former gladiator or something like that. It just kind of seems cool, kind of working in the gladiator pits, managed to learn his trade, escaped. Now he's just wandering the lands of Dragons Down. Yeah, maybe something cool like that. Anyways, new day. Let us refresh everything. The astute among you may have noticed that there's still cubes left over from my prior playthrough, because I still had 2 actions left over, because I'm a dork. Yes, I'm going to say it. I'm 100% a dork here. I forgot to take my last 2 actions on the end of day 15. Say it was a cliffhanger. Maybe lying. Well, let's go ahead and finish our last 2 actions from day number 15 that I foolishly forgot to do. So let's go ahead and do that really, really quickly, because now I feel very dumb. We're just going to do loot actions anyways, because, you know, loot is cool. Let's go ahead and take our loot actions here really, really quick. Got a 1 and a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, we're still on day 15 because I'm a dork. Okay, we got the Artificer's Concoction. This is basically the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch or something like that, because for 1 cube, you're going to do 4 points of damage and you can throw it, and it works pretty darn fast. It's a one-time use item. That's what all these symbols mean. If you ever forget, they're all in the rulebook. And it goes in a slot that I actually have nothing in right now, so just going to put it over here because who knows? I might want to use that. Okay, I have one action left over. Let's go ahead and sneak. We will roll to see if we have any monsters at the end of day 15. Again, day 15. We're still on day 15 because apparently I am just that person today. We got stench and we got caves. If we look at our little map tile right here, we see that we're looking for mountains and we're looking for claws. Don't need to worry about it. So now we are really, honestly and truly, this time going to start day number 16. No joke. For reals, we're going to do it this time. Okay. Can't believe I did that. I'm still kicking myself. Okay, we are going to loot. And we'll get a 2 and a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will reveal the symbol. Oh, yes, this is so awesome. This basically allows us to take a free alert action every single round. Now, me personally, this isn't the rules, but this is how I like to do this, so I always have a memory that I do these things. I'm going to put this cube right here, which reminds me that I can take a free alert action anytime I want. Now, it's taking the action. It's not automatically because, remember, alerting allows you to re-equip your gear. So you don't want to just put a cube right there and say, hey, I'm always alerting, because then you're going to forget to move your gear around. So I put a little cube there reminding me that anytime I can take that free alert action, which is super duper nice. Now let's go ahead and do our second loot action and see what the dice are going to give us. I'd love to get a grabby hand just to show what it looks like. Well, I got a grabby hand, not 2 of them. I guess I should have been more specific. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, that is the last one. The treasure hoard is getting slimmer. Ooh, the Ring of Malevolence. So the Ring of Malevolence gives you a black cube as long as it is equipped. Now, this is one of the things that kind of gave me a bother with the game. So the cube colors aren't quite perfect. I think it's weird. If you actually look at the Dragons Down Desolation expansion, the colors are actually much better. In the base game, it's kind of hard to tell the colors. But I will tell you, the Ring of Malevolence gives you a black cube as long as it is equipped. So while I can't cast black spells, I can use this for wounds if I need it, and I can also use it for other purposes if things go in my favor, such as enchanting the lands, in case I need to do something like that for future purposes, like if, you know, cool things happen. So we have one more loot action we are going to take. So let's go and roll the loot dice. And we got a 5 or a 5. Well, I already know there's only 4 cards left, so that is just not going to cut it. So I think what I'm going to do is we are going to move on to our final actual move action. I know you thought I was going to sneak this time. Ha! Fooled you. Didn't. We're going to use our Brogans of the Birds, and we're going to go to the keep. So where we land in the keep is going to be based on the roll of the dice. We will get a 4. It actually saved us lots of movement. That was actually worth it, because otherwise we have to go all the way around. We will go over here, and the nice thing about being in the keep is we don't have to worry about wandering encounters for the most part. Now, there are things that break that rule, especially a certain treasure that is actually a cursed item, so that can be broken as a rule, but basically we don't need to worry about it. But if we were still playing a multiplayer game, we still would need to be rolling the encounter dice, because remember, the phases happen every single round. No matter where anybody is in the game, we always have the action phase for all the players, we always have the encounter phase for all the players, and then we always have the hide potential, and then we always have the combat phase for all the players. Always happens every single round. So I'm not going to worry about rolling the dice because we're doing this faster, but just understand in a multiplayer game, we definitely be rolling those dice because other players could be having encounters. We are safe in the keep, so we don't need to worry about it. So additionally, when we enter the keep, one other thing needs to happen. We need to find out which kind of residents are currently in the keep. And this would have happened the moment we entered the tile, so I forgot to do that because I was talking too much. So I've already pre-picked my tokens because it makes my life a little bit easier. I just like to do that to make my life easier. And we'll find out that there is a scholar there, and that is the only thing that is there. So if I make it into the keep, there's going to be a scholar there. So since I know there's a scholar there, let's go ahead and fill him up with all the wondrous things that he has. He has 4 treasures. And we don't need to worry about the order of these. That's why there's those little minus signs there to let you know it's not that big a deal, because when you visit these people, you get to go through these, and if you actually claim any missions at the end of your turn, he will refill the missions, but the other items never get refilled. They always have their total mission count at the end of a player's turn, but the items and treasures are what you see is what you get. Now the cool thing is when players sell things there, they go directly to the merchant, so other players can actually buy those items, or you can actually buy those items back and everything like that. So it's kind of a really cool thing. Additionally, you're going to see that there's a little symbol here, and that's the symbol he's going to use for haggling, which is going to be the intelligence symbol, which I have a 1 intelligence in, which means if I want to make a successful haggle check, I'm going to roll the haggle dice, and I need to roll a 1 or a 0 on the dice. If I fail to do so, the haggle attempt will fail, and if I roll the door symbol, door, the haggle attempt has failed, and he will boot me out, and my action will end. So I'm probably not going to do that because it's going to be a waste of an action, because I just don't want to do that. I think it's going to be a waste of an action, but I did want to explain to you exactly how it worked. So, new day, we are on day number 17, and first thing we are going to do is we are going to move, and we're going to head into the keep itself. So now when we're in the keep, if we want to interact with the scholar, we need to do a trade action. Now it's called a trade action, but try to think of it as an interact action, because the trade action is how we complete quests, it's how we trade with other players, it's how we visit NPCs. It probably should have been called the interact action, but it's called the trade action. So just think when you're trading, you're interacting, and when you're interacting, you're trade. I know that just doesn't work. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and do the trade interact action, and we're going to go ahead and interact with the scholar. When we do that, we're going to pick up all the cards of the scholar, and we have the option of going through all these things. Now we can sell everything we have, we can buy an item, and we can claim up to 2 of the missions. And again, whichever missions we don't take, we place back, and at the end of my turn, when all my actions are done, the scholar is going to be refilled on any missions up to his current mission count. So let's go ahead and look and see what we managed to find here. We have the Sparkler Wisdom. Yay. Yay. We have a spell book. And I may pick that up just to show you how it works. We have another spell book and a spell scroll. Okay. And we have a Morning Star. And we have a crossbow. And then we have a good guy quest. We have a dirty scumbag quest. And we have some Sherpa quests. Okay. Okay, this quest right here says, if already with the scholar, discard and draw a new mission. Now, here's a cool thing to think about this. This says if you're already with the scholar. That doesn't mean you're at the scholar's location. That means you're actually visiting him. So if the vendor happened to be at this location, I was actually visiting the vendor, and this quest popped up, I could actually claim this quest, walk away from the vendor, and go see the scholar all in the same space just by doing a second trade action. It's actually kind of cool. But since I actually am visiting the scholar, I can't do that. So we're going to discard that mission because I think we just replace it. Yep, draw a new mission. So we draw a new mission, and that's going to be replaced with another goody two-shoes. So we basically have kill 2 centaurs, kill 2 giants, enter a clearing on all 5 malevolent mountain tiles. I think we've almost done that because I did do a lot of moving around. So let me pick these all up. Well, the other one's Betrayer. Kill another hero or a native leader. Ooh. Trick with killing leaders is the whole pile comes with you, and then you get these outlaw tokens. And at the end of the game, for every outlaw token, they're double-sided, and you have a lot of these. For every outlaw token, you're going to roll the dice. If the dice come up in your favor, you're going to gain a legend point, and you do that for every outlaw token you have. If the dice are not in your favor, you're going to lose a legend point, and the dice are indifferent to you. Not going to happen. Nothing will happen, but you can do that for every single outlaw token you have. The good news is when you do these goody two-shoe quests right there, allow you to discard outlaw tokens if you want to. Sometimes you may want to keep them. But this one says kill a native leader. If I want to do that, I have to attack this entire stack and hopefully kill that leader and then run away before he kills me. I just realized something. That quest should not be in there because... Wait, no, that's right. Is that a typo? I don't think there's an artificer in this game, but that's supposed to be... I wondered if that's actually a typo. I never noticed because there's an artificer. There is a smuggler, there's a vendor, there's a scholar... Huh. I bet you that's a typo. There's a couple typos in this game that are kind of annoying. See, we have the crossbow, we have the Morning Star, and then we have all these spell books. I think what I might do is I'm going to So for every one of these, you're going to fill them up with spells. So for the spell scroll, it would get this spell right here, which is a blue spell. I can't cast it. Does me no good. And to buy this, it's going to be, I'll explain that in a second. This one's going to get 3 spells. There's a purple spell, and there's break spell, and a black spell. Ooh, that's actually interesting because I can cast black spells. Okay, I may be showing you how that one costs. And then this one is going to be 1, 2, 3 spell books. Curse. Yeah, Iron Skin. Yeah, doesn't gonna help me. Okay, so we have this, and this. Let's finish looking at all of our wonderful goodies here. And then the Morning Star. Yeah. Don't have a shield. I was hoping for armor is what I was hoping for. The crossbow is kind of nice, but I don't know what's worth spending that much money on. Not going to worry about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and claim our quest first. I think, let's figure out which of these mountains I've actually entered. See, I've entered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm in the keep, so that's 6. You know what? I think I'm going to claim this quest right now, because the nice thing about quests, and this is actually a good thing to show you, is that they're retroactive. So if you actually are able to complete the quest when you get it, you get the rewards immediately. So we're going to claim the Alpiner quest, and I'll show you how that works in just a second. Stick that right there, so I hopefully won't forget. Kill centaurs or kill giants. I am thinking that we'll just discard that mission, and then these will go back here. And then, just so I don't forget, we should not be doing this yet, but this, so I don't forget, I'm going to put these down here just like that. I'm not going to look at them. I'm just going to remember that I cannot do those last 2 missions. I just don't want to forget that step. Again, at the end of your turn, you refill them back up to the 4 missions. So now we need to look at what I do want to buy. I don't want to buy any of those things, but I do want to finish Knights of the Banneret. So I think what we're going to do is going to do some selling. I have a dagger. Sell for 2. This is going to sell for 9. It's total 11. That's going to give me 6 more for 17. It's going to be 29. That's going to be 35. And that's going to be 43. I'm going to sell all of these items for 43. Now again, even though I'm selling these, I still keep the legend points and the fame for these items. And they go right to the scholar so other players can buy them, even though we're not playing a multiplayer game. So $43. I'm definitely going to be blowing all that money here very, very quickly. I need to save 40. Now, which one of these was the cool spell book? Yeah, it wasn't that good of a spell. I thought it was a better one. Next hit by this target does +1 wound. Wound a purple cube. I guess that'd be okay. Possibly. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to buy the spellbook. So now we get to show you how to figure out the cost of items. When you're trying to figure out the cost of an item, every single item has a basic cost of 3 times its actual value. So in this case, this spellbook would cost a total of all 3 of these spells, which is going to be total 6 times 3 is going to be 18. I could just barely afford this spell book, but what I can do is I can decide that I want to haggle. If I decide I want to haggle, I pick the one item I want to haggle for. I'll move the Knight's banner just over to the side for a second here, and then I'm going to do a haggle attempt. I'm going to roll the haggle dice, and I'm going to look at the statistic that this person respects. He respects intelligence. My intelligence is a 1, so I need to have a 1 or a 0 on these dice. If I get the door, he's going to kick me out the door, and I'm not going to get to do anything. But if I succeed, then the price is going to go down 1 step, from a 3-time multiplier to a 2-time multiplier. Then I can try to haggle again. If I succeed, it's going to go from a 2-time multiplier to a 1-time multiplier, which can be very cool. It can never go lower than that. The trick is, if I get booted out, the price is going to return to normal. So right now, I really don't lose anything because I want the spell to try to learn it, but I don't have to have it. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1 attempt at a haggle attempt here. just to see if I get lucky, but I'm really not anticipating much here. So I'm going to do a haggle attempt, and I'm going to get booted out the door. So, wah, wah, wah. Woe is me. No spell from me. Okay, so now we're going to do the interact action one time, or trade action. I'm going to call interact because in my brain that's what makes more sense. We're going to go ahead and finish the Alpiner because I visited all 5 of the mountain places. So we're going to gain all the rewards listed here plus a potential extra reward if I happen to have a statistic. For every charisma point I have, I'm going to roll one of these dice for every charisma point I have to gain additional rewards. Unfortunately, my half-orc has a face and only his mother could never even love because I actually have 0 charisma. It can't go any lower than that, so I get no bonuses. So when I complete this quest, I'm going to get 20 gold right here. I'm going to gain 1 legend point, and then I'm going to gain 5 fame. So completing that quest is nice, and then this quest is part of my storyline. I'll just stick it over here, showing that I completed that quest, and I'll just put it off to the side again as part of my storyline, and I'll feel better about at least doing one little thing. So now we're going to do another interact action or a trade action, and we're going to go visit the Knights of the Bannerets. I am going to discard 40 gold. Then I'm going to show proof that I've killed 2 monsters with that fame value. I have done so. Again, they're not discarded, they're just proof. I'm showing that I was able to do it. And then I'm going to claim the reward. I'm going to take the top reward. So I'm going to go ahead and gain 2 more legend points, which actually puts me at 10 legend points. And I'm going to gain 10 more fame. And we see that we are actually at 17 total legend points right now. I have the 10 here, plus I have 7 more from my fame right now, which actually puts me at 17. I just got to get to 20 to win this game. Everything after that is just actually just kind of gravy. So let's go ahead, and that ended our day number 17. Let's go ahead and start day number 18 and see what kind of fun and havoc we can create here. So I need to start thinking about what we want to do here. I did not get the armor I wanted, so I think we are going to head over to the village. So we're going to spend, actually, I can save myself some movement points by using my Brogans of the Birds. So I'm going to use my Brogans of the Birds, and we are going to fly over to the village. Let's see where we're going to land over on the village. We're going to get a 4, which actually doesn't really save us too much time, but it's kind of cool to watch it happen. So we will land over here at 4 for that 1 movement point, and then we'll spend, actually the moment we landed, the first thing we should do is reveal what kind of merchants we have here. And we have the vendor, and we also have the smuggler. I will place them out there on the board just so we know what we have there. And we will go ahead and fill them up because I'm about to go into town. So I'll do 1, 2, which is my last of my move actions. And then I have 1 more action to do an interact or a trade action. So I need to figure out who I want to go visit first. I'm thinking probably the vendor. Let's see here. So vendor, 3 treasures, 4 items. 1, 2, 3, 4 items and 2 missions. I'm basically looking for a little bit better armor, and then I'm going to go ahead and start seeing if I can go kill some more powerful creatures. That's kind of what I'm where I'm standing at right now at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 items. 1, 2, 3 items, and 2 missions. Now, you can never have more than 2 missions at the end of your turn, so that means you can claim beyond that, but at the end of your turn, you must discard down to 2 missions. So for my last action, I just need to figure out which one of these guys I want to interact with. I'm just going to go with the vendor just because of, reasons. I don't have a special reason, but that's just what I'm picking. So we have a stabby, kill mission. And oh, that's not a stabby, kill. It's the Black Follower. Possess an epic treasure that is a weapon. Kind of left that behind over there. Oh, and if I go buy it back, it's triple the cost. Oh, that was dumb of me. Okay. Jailbreaker. At the keep, all natives must be dead. So I can go become a murderous, horrible human being. It's got merits. Maybe. Just don't know if that's this guy's story is being murderous. I've done that before, but I don't. Ooh, there's a buckler. Oh, enchanted treasure. So so enchanted treasure. So this tile is going to become enchanted. So you got to see how these work. So an enchanted treasure makes the tile spin around. Everything returns to where it was before, and now we get to add magic to the tile. And this is actually free magic that anybody can use on that location, which is actually pretty darn nice. It means that people can sometimes cast spells without having to use mana. So I do believe that is going to be a black. See, again, some of these are kind of hard to read. I mean, is that black or is that gray? Oops. I mean, I'll let you be the judge. Is that black or is that gray? Let's get the camera to... I don't know. I'm going to go with black because that's just what I'm thinking it is. And then this is discarded immediately, and then we drew, or it's replaced by another treasure because it basically enchants the lands. And we're going to get a Tome of Tricks. If I buy this, I immediately gain a gray cube immediately, which means it's added to my abilities to be a spellcaster. But this one is going to cost a lot. Let's see here. That's 10, 15, 18, 38, 39, 40, 41. I have 41. This will be 39. That might be tempting. Okay. Let's see here. Short sword, dagger, short sword, buckler. Buckler's not that great. I'm just not getting... Ooh, that's an epic treasure. That's actually victory points. That is very, very tempting. This one, basically, whenever I am trying to learn spells, I can re-roll one of the dice and it's be really good in case a curse comes up or something like that. So that would actually be very, very tempting. Victory point or usable? Because gray... Wasn't there a gray spell? No, I don't think there was a gray spell, actually. That's cheaper for victory points. Really looking for victory points. I'm so looking for victory points. Could go over the monolith. Yeah, now we're actually starting to get some really good decisions about what we want to do. That monolith is calling my name again. I think since this doesn't go away, I can always come back for it, hopefully, if I get some good money. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go for the Codex of Cognition. But before we do that, I need to see if I want to take these quests, because I'm going to go ahead and haggle for that. So, possess an epic treasure that is a weapon. Complete this mission at the crypt. Remove the treasure from the game. Yeah, I'm going to take it. So this is a quest I haven't completed. I'm going to put it over there to signify I haven't completed it. This mission is going to replace it. Again, I can't look at it, can't take it, or anything like that. And then I am going to buy the Codex of Cognition. So this is going to cost me a lot of money unless I haggle. You respect charisma. I have 0 charisma. I need to roll. No, I'm not even going to try. I'm just spending the money. I am just spending the money. So that's 27. So we will spend 22 for 7. And we will just spend all that money. We will take the Codex of Cognition, and we will go ahead and equip it, and we will gain 1 legend and 5 fame. Keep looking over my money thinking, did I forget to spend money on something? Did I forget to spend money on something? I may have been a dirty cheater, and I'm not going to go back and figure it out, but for some reason I'm feeling like I have more money than I should have. Because I spent 40. Oh no, I got 20 for doing the Alpiner quest. That's why I feel like I have more money than I should have. I got rewarded for doing the Alpiner. Okay, so I'm not a dirty cheater. Okay, this turn is going to come to an end. Let's start day number 19. And First action is we are going to interact with the smuggler, see if he's got a better, well, actually, we get another quest. So, sale goods. If already with the vendor, I'm not, I'm with the smuggler. Aha! Okay, this is what I explained to you earlier. See, I'm visiting the smuggler, so even though that the vendor is in the same location, I'm not visiting him, so I don't have to discard this one. So I am immediately going to take that quest without even looking at the other ones, unless it's only use the perilous plains, discard, and replace this mission. The next alphabetical civilized location, even if that location is not yet on the map. Okay, Black Follower is going to go away, I think. Oh, wait, no. This one just gives me a little bit of money. Nope, don't care. Not going to do it. I'm liking that one a lot better. So is there anything I want to buy here? Charismatic. Charismatic gemstone. That'd be kind of nice to have a little charisma. Okay, that one allows me to ignore a curse. This allows me to do one interaction for free. That allows me to turn one cube into another. Yes. Please want bad. Yes. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, you dirty. Oh. Okay, actually, I can do this. So we're going to finish this interaction. How many quests are here? Oh, there's also a breastplate. That is way better than that. See, okay, here's my thought process. And again, this is how you start seeing how the thoughts and your strategies in the game really start evolving as your hero evolves and as the map evolves. I use the Alchemist Mixture to turn this black cube into a purple cube, which means I can start casting Fireball. That would be very, very nice. Basically allows me to cast Fireball every single day at least, or every single combat, I should say. That can be nice. Additionally, I have the breastplate, which will cost me 27, but this can take a hit. Takes a hit just as good as the helmet, but the nice thing about this is if a piece of armor gets damaged, it can actually be completely broken, which means it can be destroyed. So having two pieces of armor is actually very beneficial because if one piece gets destroyed, you're not totally in trouble. And I still want to go out there and do some good fighting versus creatures, but having the ability to fireball would just be so darn nice just because I would love to show you, the viewer, what it looks like when we cast spells. I mean, I kind of explained it pretty well. Oh, such a tough choice. Okay, so we are questless. All the quests are gone. Wait, that one shouldn't have gone there. That should go back to here. I will grab a new mission, which I cannot look at. That will go right there, and that'll be that end of it. We're going to go ahead and do an interact action, and we're going to walk all the way from the smuggler. We're going to walk down the street and go check out the vendor and say, hey, what's up, man? And we're going to go ahead and complete this quest at the vendor. It says, once taken, this mission be discarded to draw one item and one smuggler token. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to finish the quest. So I'm going to finish the quest, and I'm going to get $15 out of that. I'll take a 20, put a 5 back, and we have now completed a second quest. That one was super duper easy, actually. I am going to do... head back to interact again, and we're going to go back to the smuggler. We're going to see what that new quest is, first of all, which is Leo Goods. If already with the smuggler, discard and draw a new mission. I want the smuggler, discard, draw a new mission. Package, compile this mission, or complete this mission at the next alphabetical civilization location, even if that location is not yet on the map. Hero may discard this mission and draw one item and a smuggler token. So basically, I get $7 to go over there. Money's kind of nice. That'd be free $14. I would then have to get rid of the black follower. Oh, but $14 for free. I can do stuff with money. Again, so many hard choices. That's one. This is basically 3 victory points. 3 freaking victory points or $14. I'm just going to take the package. We will leave this right here. And then, before I replace anything, do I want Alchemist Mixture or do I want the armor? I'm going to take the breastplate. I Not going to try haggling. It's not worth it at all. We're going to have to spend $27. Mission will get refreshed right there. I will spend $25, $26, $27, and we will gain the breastplate. And I'm hoping that breastplate is going to keep me alive just a little bit longer. That's my general hope anyways. I hope. Okay, hopefully I just made the right choice here. We shall see if this works out in our benefit. What was I here? No, it doesn't really matter. Okay. I think I just cheated and forgot to spend an action. Okay, let's start speeding things up a little bit more here. So for my last action, I'm actually going to pass, and I'm not going to take it all because I have a very good reason for this. So you know the rest of the drill, but everything that's going to happen, we're going to move on to the next day. So the very first thing is I'm going to do a move action. I'm going to pick this tile right here. Let's go ahead and roll and see where we're going to land on that tile, and we're going to roll a 4. So we look over here, we see 4 is right there. Saved us a little bit of movement for one action. That was definitely worth it. Send a second action to go move here. And then we'll spend a third action to move back to the monolith. Let's see if the monolith is truly, truly cursed for us. We will sneak and we will do our free alert action, which is going to allow us to spend 6 cubes just in case things go very, very south for us. Let's go ahead and roll the stealth sneaky hidey dice and see what happens. And we are fully hidden. Luckily, if we'd had problems, we do have the shadow cloak, but I didn't need to roll it. So let's go ahead and figure out which kind of bad guys are going to be here, which I should have actually did first before I did the hide check. I got a little bit excited. Work with me here. We may not even had to have done that hide check. So planes, don't need to worry about it. And then goblins, don't need to worry about it. So nothing spawned anyways. I went a little bit out of order, but not a big deal. Let's go on with our next day really, really quick here. Clear off all of our cubes. This alert cube goes back there. And now we are going to actually try to find the monolith. This elusive monolith, which has scared us off multiple times, but hopefully not going to scare us off this time. Our first action is going to be to search for the monolith. Yes, it's so wonderful when that happens, when the dice are just in your favor. Sometimes it just gives you a little kind of happiness. So we have discovered the monolith, which has 3 deep treasures and 3 regular treasures. So here's our 3 regular treasures. You're not supposed to put them out of order. You're supposed to stay same order, but depends on how you feel about chaos theory and all that good stuff. Monolith goes there. I have discovered it. I will get 1 legend point. I will gain 5 fame because I will be the renowned orc who found. Let's go and turn this right here into a 50. Because it looks cooler that way. The renowned half-orc battle mage who discovered the monolith. First action in the monolith is we are going to loot the monolith, and we're going to hope for a whole bunch of really good loot. Or something. And we will get a 1 and a 2. That's actually not terrible. So we will take the 2. Stack felt a little thin for just a second there. And we will reveal the Mace of Absolution. If only it was a magic item. I need a magic weapon for the Black Follower. Possess an epic treasure that is a weapon. We'll stick that one in our backpack. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a second loot action. And come on, dice. We got a 5 and a 2. Yay. Which is going to be the bottom treasure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reveal it. We got the Tome of the Black Arts. Well, that is definitely a cube that is black. So this tome right here is basically a one-time use. That's what that little symbol here of the vial shows. It's a one-time use, and it permanently adds an item to us, which gives us a black cube. So we're going to take this item. And we may discard it right now to gain a black cube, or we may keep it to sell for $13. I'm going to actually go ahead and use it for the black cube just because I'm enjoying feeling like a more powerful, totally cool, awesome guy. So this will be discarded. Actually, I'm just going to put it at the bottom of the deck because we're never going through this entire stack of treasures. It's just not going to happen in a solo playthrough. It's going to be impossible. So we are at 3 cubes. Let's go ahead and alert. Let's go ahead and sneak, and then we are going to go ahead and see if any little monsters are going to come our way. We got mountains and stench. We got plains, we're safe. We got goblins, or orcs, whatever you want to call it. We are totally safe. That is going to end this day. Let's go on with the next day of loot and glory for the money. First action, loot. Let's see if we can get some good items out of this. All I need is 1 epic weapon. That's all I need. It's an epic weapon. So I got a 1 and a 4. 1. Oops, that's the wrong pile. That's the crypt. Let's go back to the monolith. 1, 2, 3, 4. The elemental spheral. So this is a one-time use item, which if you put a might cube and a maneuver cube on top of it, it will cast a spell, summon elemental. When you summon an elemental, you're going to pick one of the 4 elementals and randomly select it, and it's going to come into play for you. I think for me, this is basically money to use. I don't think I need anything to fight for me. For some of the heroes that need things to fight for them, that's actually a really good item, but not for me. We're going to do another loot action. Come on, give me double grabbies. Or nothing. I'm going to spend my 3rd cube. I think that's a wasted action. Yep, that's a wasted action. So we're going to alert. We are going to hide. We are going to see if we get any monsters. We got planes and we got sound. We need a stint. So nothing is going to happen there at all. There's no spells we want to do. We don't need to go through that whole combat phase. Let's go into the next day. I am determined to get something good out of this damn monolith. It hounded me for so darn long. Something has to be good in this monolith. Something. Has to be something good there. 2. I can deal with that. I can deal with the 2. That's a deep treasure. Just money. So it is epic, so I will get 1 of those, and I will gain 5 of those, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20. That puts me at 9. I can actually finish the game now if I wanted to. That's $31 right there. That's just going to go into our bag. How many more days do we have left? We have 2, 4, 7 days left. I'm going to do a couple more days. I could actually end it. We are actually winning. All we have to do is have 20 legendary points to win this solo quest, so it's actually not that bad. We have 2 cards left here. We have a couple things in the plains, and we have one more. Actually, we don't get the last wilderness token because we explored everything. I am thinking that we are going to try to find a little bit, because I want this last site. I'm really hoping that last site will be something entertaining. So let us go ahead and do a move action. I'm not going to risk my luck of the dice anymore with these cheap treasures. I'm going to do a move action. It's a new day, so I can do a flight action with my Brogans. I'm going to pick this location right there. And let's go Brogan all the way and hopefully actually make it. We will Brogan onto 6. So that puts us right there. Not that great. We'll do one more move action to go to the gate, and then we will do a sneak, and we'll do an alert. Let's go and find out if we get any baddies. We are on plains and carcasses. We got a cave and we got claws, so nothing's going to happen there. That day is going to end pretty darn uneventfully. Let's start another day. I will use the Brogans to go over here. I will do my move action. Where are we going to end up? Oh, Brogan, where should we go? I will go to 5. So we will pop over to here. That's actually not too terrible. First time we enter the Unbroken Land, so we will reveal an item. That is very anti. So, not what I was looking for. Hey, we found a shield. Could equip it, but at this late stage of the game, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Although I could do a few more fights. You know what? I think we might consider a couple more fights. So let's go and equip the shield just like that, because, you know, fun stuff could happen. And then we will move. We will move to 4. We will move to 1. Then we will sneak. Actually, you know what? At this point of the game, I don't even need to sneak unless I got hit by 6 orcs. That could be kind of nasty. I don't think I want to get hit by 6 orcs. Let's do that. Let us see if we're going to run into any bad guys. I know I'm playing a little bit conservative. Don't really need to, but hey, it's fun. So we got sound, not what we needed. And we got swamps, definitely not what we needed. So we will go ahead and end off our day again. Start the next day. I got to make sure I get back to town. I will Brogan to this location right there. I get a 6. That'll put me right like that. That was worth it. Do a move action to go here. Do a move action to go up to here. And I'm basically going to end it right there. Don't need to worry about rolling for anything because nothing's going to spawn here. And this is a single player game. And again, I'm trying to hurry things up. I should switch the camera over so you can see what the heck is going on too. I literally broganed here, then moved and moved. And then I made a big old mess of all the chips. That was funny. So basically what I was trying to show is that I broke into here, then I moved, and now I'm ending my turn. Now let's go ahead and go on to the next day for us. So we'll go here. A new day starts. I'm going to use my Brogan. I'm going to go over here to the flatlands, and let's see where exactly in the flatlands we are going to end up. We will get a 5, which will put us right there in the flatlands. That's actually not that bad of a spot. Let's see what we found in the flatlands. Ooh, the wrecked wagons. Okay, so the wrecked wagons are right there at that location. If I get to the wrecked wagons and I discover it, I'm going to get 2 treasures and 20 gold. It's a possibility of getting some extra funds. So let's go ahead and make that happen. So I'll go here to there. I'll do here to go there, and then we're gonna sneak because I'm worried about the bandits. Although, if bandits appear, I'd love to take them out. So let us go ahead and see if we can spawn some baddies. We're looking for dire wolves or orcs. We are going to get some dire wolves, and we're going to get some orcs. Okay, so now you get to see how much fun it can actually be when we get a really interesting roll that adds to the fun of the game. So basically this location says when it comes to orcs, you're going to take the total of the white and the black dice. That means we got a 1 and a 1, so that's going to be 2 orcs, and then we're going to get 1 dire wolf. So let's go ahead and find the dire wolf. There's the 1 dire wolf right there, and then we need to figure out where the orcs are. So here are the orcs right here. There's a whole bunch of different orcs. There's an axe orc, there's a sword orc, there's another axe orc. But we basically have all these orcs right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of randomize these. Look up, look around. Wait, there's a camera up there. That's cheating. So let's look over here. So I'm not cheating. Look at the camera above me. And we will take this guy right there. And then we will take this guy right there. So ooh, we got an orc lord. Oh, that's going to be extra entertaining. So we have an orc lord, an axe-throwing orc, and a dire wolf. This could be entertaining because I went one-handed. Oh, that's just... Do I have another weapon? If I throw my spear, ooh, I do have the Mace of Absolution, which is still 3 points of damage versus armored. Oh, totally going to do this. Most definitely going to have some fun with this. So we got Dire Wolf, an Orc Lord, and an Axe Orc. I can basically kill them all. Okay, so this time we're going to do ranged combat properly, at least hopefully, but the first thing I need to do is find out if I'm going to stay hidden. So we'll roll for hidden, and we will stay hidden. If not, I had my shadow cloak to go ahead and fall back on. So now that I'm hidden, let's go ahead and work through this process so we can see just exactly how this is going to work. So we're going to go into combat. The creatures will all come out, and I will stay on that location. So I need to decide if I'm going to stop being hidden or not. I am not going to stay hidden. I'm going to go into ambush mode because I have a ranged weapon. So since I have a ranged weapon and I'm going to ambush mode and I'm alerted, I can spend up to 6 of my cubes here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 3 cubes to go, well, hold on. I'm skipping things again because I'm trying to go faster, but I'm not evading. I'm not spending special items. They can't target me because of, the targeting, how it works, because they can't target me because I'm still hidden. So I basically need to figure out what I want to target and what I want to kill. So he's got a 1-3 or a 2-1. He's got a 1-0 or a 2-0. I think I'm going to take out the Axe Orc. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And then, oh wait, I can't do 3 because it's not two-handed. That's right. That's why I'm doing the Axe Orc. And then I'm going to do 3 into speed. 1, 2, 3, just like that. And then, I actually have a lot of options in this fight. I can even throw my Artificer's Concoction, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. So I've assigned my 3 speed cubes. I've assigned 2 cubes down here. I can't assign this one because I'm using it one-handed, so I can't put 3 cubes there. So being alerted doesn't really help me that much right here, but that's a-okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. So now we get to the point where they can't target me, so I need to figure out what I'm targeting. I should have did this before I assigned my cubes. I already announced I'm attacking the Axe Orc, so it's not a big a deal. So now we're going to see if they are going to change their tactics. So let's go ahead and roll for the tactics. We'll roll for the Axe Orc first, and he's going to flip. Now we'll roll for the Orc Lord. He will also flip. Darn it, I should have targeted him because I could have killed him. That would have been so much better. Then we'll roll for the Dire Wolf, and he is not going to flip at all. Okay, so we did that. So now we get to resolve in attack speed order. So we got a 2, a 2, and a 2. So I'm going to do my ambush on 3 because I have an attack speed of 3. I'm going to do my ambush on this guy. My attack speed is 3. His defense is a 0. So that's going to be an automatic hit. I don't need to roll the dice. I do need to roll the damage though because I am throwing the spear, because right now it is doing 3 points of damage plus or minus the roll of these dice right here, which is going to modify the amount of damage. Again, you take the lowest die from all those. So we will roll and we will get a -2, great, and we will also get a -1, great. That's actually pretty darn terrible, because since he is armored, I'm going to do 0 damage. Well, that was terrible. That was just about as bad as it could have been. That was absolutely lame. Completely wasted that elemental surprise, and now they go, but they can't target me, so nothing happens. So now what we need to do is I need to see if I can stay hidden. Unfortunately, I don't have the bonus of my stealth. But what I do have is I do have my shadow cloak, which is going to allow me to re-roll the dice. Again, I gotta get both blanks. Yes, I got my both blanks. Okay, so I'm going to stay hidden. So we're going to go into another combat round. So technically we should refresh all of these. My spear is now in the clearing, and it's going to be replaced with my Mace of Absolution, which I'm a-okay with. So I'm going to stay ambushing so they can't challenge me. We're going to go into the part where I'm going to actually target them. I think this time I'm going to Oh, boy. They're both kind of brutal. 3, 2, 3, 3. I'm more worried about the Orc Lord, so I'm going to target him, and then we're going to go ahead and assign our cube. So I can assign 6 cubes. We can go 1 right there. We go 2, 3, 4 right there, and I think that's all we're going to do, because remember, you can only assign 1 attack card per round. I can't attack with both my items. That's why you can't dual wield in this game. So I'm going to use the Artificer's Concoction this time, and let's see if they're going to change their tactics at all. So Axe Orc first, changes his tactics. Orc Lord doesn't change his tactics. Dire Wolf doesn't change his tactics. So they cannot target me. It doesn't matter. I have a higher speed anyway. So on speed 3, I'm going to activate, which is higher than all their speeds. I'm going to do my ambush attack. So I'm throwing this Artificer's Concoction at him. So I need to roll the dice, and hopefully the dice don't hit me again. Don't hit me again, dice. Okay. So we're doing 4 damage, possibly. And we're going to get from the 4, we're going to get a +2, yay. And we're going to get a 0. That's actually pretty darn good. So we take the lower of the 2, which is going to be a 0, and we're going to go ahead and apply that. So this is going to be modified by 0, so it's going to do a total of 4 points of damage. Since he's armored, one of the swords is going to go away, bring it down to 3 points of damage. 3 points of damage is equal to his hit points, or toughness, again, depending on how you want to consider it. That means he is going to be killed. I have defeated him, and I'm going to go ahead and gain 12 fame for doing so. That was totally 100% worth it to do that. So let's go ahead and gain our fame, and we've slain an Orc Lord. Now, since we had an ambush, now we're going to try to see if we can stay hidden again. Not that big a deal if we can't, because we do have armor to start taking some damage, luckily. Fortunately, it's going to be brutal. Let's see. Ooh, I stayed hidden again. Yes. I am the stealthy half-orc battle mage who has slain mighty, mighty enemies. So, new round. Again, we're going to speed through this. Except I don't have any ranged weapons, so I'm actually not going to speed through this. So I am going to unhide. I didn't have to actually roll the hide dice. So they are both going to challenge me. I need to figure out which one of these guys I want to target. The Axe Orc does the most damage, so I'm going to target the Axe Orc. We're going to move to phase 4 aspect where... that was phase 4 with the I'm targeting them. So now we're going to go ahead and assign our cubes. I should have pulled all these off. So we're going to do 3 there on attack speed, because I actually, yeah, I'm going to do 3 there, and then we're going to do, that should have came back. We're going to do 2 right there with the Mace of Absolution, and then we're going to go ahead and resolve this fight now. But before we do that, we need to see if they are going to change their tactics. So first off, Axe Orc, change your tactics. No. Dire Wolf, change your tactics. No. Okay, so now we are going to resolve in attack speed order. I have a 3 attack speed, 1 attack speed, 2 attack speed. So my attack speed is greater than his 0 maneuverability, so I'm going to automatically hit, and I'm going to hit for 3 points of damage. We're going to do 1, 2, 3 points of damage. None of this is versus armored, so I don't have to worry about losing swords. That's going to be 3 full points of damage. That's greater than his 2 armor. He is defeated. I'm going to gain 8 more fame. I'm going to put back this 12 to take another 20. And we'll place that down there just like that, and that Axe Orc is defeated. Now, unfortunately, since I'm not hidden anymore, now the Dire Wolf gets to go on attack speed of 2. So his attack speed is a 2, my maneuverability is a 0, so he is going to hit me automatically. But he's only going to hit me for 1 point of damage. That's actually not that big a deal. So I get to pick which one of these pieces of armor I want to block with. So if the amount of damage is equal to the armor value, the armor is going to be damaged, but I'm also going to take a wound. If the amount of damage is less than the armor value, I'm only going to take a wound, but the armor is not going to be damaged. And if the amount of damage is greater than the armor value, then the armor is going to be destroyed, and I'm still going to take a wound. And this is why I said imagine wounds and toughness and hit points are different things. Because whenever you take a wound, you take a cube anywhere out here and you put it down your wounded box. That can be one of your hearts because they are considered a cube, or you put one of your spell cubes over there that you're not using for spells, such as this black magic, which is why I wanted these extra cubes earlier. So I'm going to take this as my wound, and my armor is not going to be damaged because he only did 1 point damage, which isn't enough to break the armor. It doesn't matter what I picked. Could have picked the shield, the breastplate, or the iron helmet. Yes, I'm supposed to pick one of these things, but it didn't matter in this case. So we're simply going to wound that, and then all of our cubes are going to come back, and now we're going to start round number 3 of the combat. I'm not hitting because you can't hide after you've already become unhidden. Once you're unhidden, you're unhidden for the rest of the combat, so we don't need to worry about rolling the dice. I target him, he targets me, we're going to speed through this. I'm going to go ahead and go, we're going to do this again. We're just going to go 3 into that. We're going to go 2 into that. I don't think I need to worry about anything else. Let's go ahead and resolve. Let's see if he's going to change his tactics first. He is going to change his tactics. Is that going to matter? Oh, that's actually going to work out in our benefit. That was actually the best thing that could have happened for us. So he changes the tactics, so his attack speed is down to 2. My attack speed is 3. It's a higher attack speed. I'm going to hit for 3 points of damage. He only has 2 damage or 2 toughness. He's defeated. I'm going to gain 8 more points of fame. This is actually super duper awesome. We're doing great. I'm actually going to go into early retirement because there's not much else to need to worry about. So all of that is done. All these cubes are going to come back. We're going to do our cleanup. Since we defeated all the enemies, the spear is going to come back into my inventory. I didn't actually lose it, which is super nice. And then we are going to end this turn and return to everything we did, and let's go ahead and start a brand new day. We only have 4 days left. So part of this day is we need to figure out what we want to do. I think we're just going to end our adventures. We've had some great adventures. We've had some great exploration. We've done some amazing things. We have a wonderful legend for our half-orc battle mage to tell throughout the ages, and we never ran into curses, so it actually worked out great. So I am simply going to spend 1 movement to go here, 1 movement to go here, 1 movement to go here, and then I am going to enter the city. And the reason why I want to do this is because you want to make sure when you retire or when the game ends, you happen to be in a city. Because if you are not in, I shouldn't say city, a town, location, village, whatever. If you're not in one of those places, when you retire, you must discard half of your total fame because you're not able to return to tell about all of your great exploits. If you're not there to tell about your exploits, who's going to carry on your legend? You only have your legend points to rely on because you have to discard half your fame. Since I am retiring in a town, I don't need to worry about that. We're going to retire at the end of day 27, and we're simply going to add up all of our legend points, and we're going to get 1 legend point for every 10 points of fame. So it looks like we have, what was that, 110? Which is going to be 11 more legend points. I don't even have enough legend points out here. I didn't pull enough out of the box. I didn't think I was going to do that darn good, but let's go ahead and do that just like that. And I'll add 1 more legend point just so you can see our grand total. So you can see exactly just how well we did. So I'll put a 5 out, take 4 back. And now we get to add up and show just how grand our adventures are. So to win this scenario, we just had to get 20 legend points before the end of the game. I managed to score a total of 24 legend points, plus I had a couple fame left over, and that was the entire game. Now, if we're doing a little sheet, we can go ahead and write our story and explain exactly what our grand story was. We can have our hero who had a name, but I am the unknown half-orc battle mage, a former gladiator warrior who went across the lands of Dragon's Down, explored, conquered, and destroyed. That is a grand game of Dragon's Down. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you've been enjoying all the videos in the video series. I'm probably going to go ahead and film a couple more videos with a review of the game. I think I actually might film a tutorial video where I'm actually going to show you how to play the game just by breaking down the gameplay and everything like that. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that because it's going to depend on the popularity of these 3 videos. If a lot of people are enjoying this video and ask for me to do a full real tutorial video, I'll definitely go ahead and do that. But if I don't get the request, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to film a review and just give you my opinion of the game. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you've enjoyed this video series. If you have any comments, questions, leave them down in the YouTube comments down below. I will do my best to answer them as quickly as I can. Also, feel free to email me off-the-shelf board game reviews. That is otsbgr@gmail.com. I will try to answer those questions as quickly as I can. Don't worry about Patreon. I'm not doing Patreon anymore. It's not worth it. It's not worth my time. It's been a huge, horrible thing for me. I'm not worrying about Patreon at all anymore, so don't worry about it. I'm pretty much going to shut it down and cancel it. I've been doing this for 11 years now. And in that time, my average monthly income from Patreon is $3. And that's before Patreon takes everything it takes. So it's just not worth it for me to do all this work just for $3. This channel is 100% sponsor free. And I look forward to your viewership and your subscriptions and you enjoying all these videos to keep the channel going. As always, thanks for watching.